Welsh, who has selected Colin Yoder to give his nominating speech.
Good morning to you all. My name is actually Colin Yoder, not Colin, and that's okay. I get that all the time. I came over from Goshen this morning, and I'd like to thank all of you, for wherever you came from, for your sacrifices on this Saturday in June to select our next 3rd District representative. Today I have the unique opportunity of introducing and recommending Scott Welsh to the caucus. Although I've only been acquainted with Scott for 2 years, my father and he have known each other since 1960. Over the past 2 years, I can say that Scott is a man of integrity and principled in thought. He's been a businessman most of his life, but he has also served his city of Goshen as a reserve police officer and a local school bus driver. Scott did all this while taking care of his parents in their twilight years. He is a strongly rooted Christian man who belongs to the great church family of the Community Church of Waterford. Scott's background in executive sales and marketing management have prepared him for the battle of a tough campaign. He knows how to assemble a team, envision a plan, and most importantly, execute that plan successfully. I believe one of Scott's strengths is that he's never made a career out of politics, nor does he ever plan to make a career out of politics. He's simply an everyday man who loves his country and wants to serve his district. Scott is 58 years old and has no children. However, he still has a strong sense of family values. That makes him uniquely qualified to serve his constituents, as he doesn't have the pressure of balancing his work with important family time. I want to tell just a quick story and let Scott finish it up. During the early automotive boom in 1920, Henry Ford calculated that 10 more units per day could be produced without his linemen taking a water break. Soon after this realization, a job announcement was posted, and a young boy saw the flyer and went that day, prepared himself, and moved into the back of the line. And he patiently waited his turn. And now I'll give it over to Scott to finish up.
Thank you, Colin. I am honored to stand here this morning among such a fine group of candidates. I am also here as a voice for over 80,000 Republicans that cast their Republican ballot for this office in the primary just 39 days ago. My message is simple. I am the only candidate promising to go to Washington and serve for 2 years and 2 months and then step aside. This will allow the voters of this district to choose their candidate in 2012 through the traditional primary process. I will serve you first by structuring a campaign to win in November. This will involve each of you, as we will mount a grassroots campaign starting at the precinct level. Together we will build teams of motivated volunteers to canvass every precinct, registering voters, and seek support for our vision of a smaller government that will cut spending and return our personal liberties our founders envisioned. We will begin to reverse the erosion of our Constitution. We will raise the amount of money needed to defeat Dr. Hayhurst and the Democratic Liberal agenda this November. Many of you are here today supporting a candidate you believe in. The truth is, only one candidate will emerge today to be on the ballot in November. If you believe in your candidate, but question whether he or she can survive this process, your ballot should be cast for me. By doing this, you will ensure that your candidate will have the opportunity to be nominated in the 2012 primary without the fear of challenging an incumbent. A ballot cast for me is not the abandonment of your candidate, but rather an opportunity to give your candidate's chance to be elected in just 23 months. If I leave here today not being the Republican candidate, I ask each of you to join me in the full endorsement and support of the choice of this caucus. Colin said I would finish the story my father once told me. As the young boy slowly proceeded through the line, he could hear the gruff voice of the foreman saying to each candidate, "We'll get back to you." When he finally reached the front of the line, the foreman's face turned from a grimace to a slight smile, and he said, "You're hired." The young boy, bewildered, said, "Why? I haven't even told you my name." The foreman said, "You didn't have to. Today, you showed up with your bucket and ladle, and you were ready to go to work." Fellow Republicans, I showed up with my bucket and ladle today, and I'm ready to go to work for you.